Hello, my name is Mr. Karl. I'm the children's librarian at the Van Buren Library, and I'm very excited to read a story with you today. This is called Click, Clack, Moo, Cows That Type, and it's by Doreen, Cronin, and the pictures are by Betsy Lewin. Now, I'm very curious to know why these cows are typing, because I've never heard of a cow that types before. So let's start the book and find out what's going on. Farmer Brown has a problem. His cows like to type. All day long he hears click clack moo, click clack moo, clickety clack moo. And here's Farmer Brown. He does not look very happy. I bet all that typing annoys him a lot. At first, he couldn't believe his ears. Cows that type? Impossible. Click clack moo, click clack moo, clickety clack moo. And there's Farmer Brown. It looks like he's going to go investigate and see what these cows are typing about. Then he couldn't believe his eyes. And here's a note posted on the barn door by the cows, and it says, "Dear Farmer Brown, the barn is very cold at night. We'd like some electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows." It was bad enough the cows had found the old typewriter in the barn, but now they wanted electric blankets. "No way," said Farmer Brown. "No electric blankets." So, do you know what the cows did? They went on strike. And they left a note on the barn door. "Sorry, we're closed. No milk today." So I think that's pretty fair. The cows are cold at night and they're not getting the blankets to keep them warm. I think it's right that they told Farmer Brown that they're not going to give any milk to him anymore until he gets them the blankets. "No milk today!" cried Farmer Brown. In the background, he heard the cows busy at work. And here's the cows. They're still typing. Maybe they have more demands on Farmer Brown. Click clack moo, click clack moo, clickety clack moo. The next day he got another note. "Dear Farmer Brown, the hens are cold too. They'd like electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows." So now the cows want blankets not just for themselves, but also for the chickens. And even though the cows and the chickens, I'm sure they speak different languages. They might not be in the same barns all the time. They decided, let's work together. Let's all ask Farmer Brown for electric blankets. And here's Farmer Brown reading the new demand. How do you think Farmer Brown's going to react to that? I mean, he didn't like it when the cows wanted electric blankets. I bet he's going to get really angry now that the chickens are asking too. The cows were growing impatient with the farmer. They left a new note on the barn door. This new note said, "Closed. No milk, no eggs." So now the chickens have gone on strike too. "No eggs!" cried Farmer Brown. And in the background he heard them click clack moo, click clack moo, clickety clack moo. Here's some of our cows in there. They're not giving any milk today, not till they get those blankets. "Cows that type? Hens on strike? Whoever heard of such a thing? How can I run a farm with no milk and no eggs?" Farmer Brown was furious. What do you think he's going to do about this? I think he can get his farm back, but he has to give them blankets. He has to keep them warm. Farmer Brown got out his own typewriter. Dear cows and hens, there will be no electric blankets. You are cows and hens. I demand milk and eggs. Sincerely, Farmer Brown. Farmer Brown's not budging. He's said no pretty clearly. And there's Farmer Brown typing. And yeah, he's still pretty angry. But here comes Duck. Duck was a neutral party. Being neutral means you're not on either side. You're just the person who goes in between the two sides in an argument. And so he bought the ultimatum to the cows. And an ultimatum, that's the final word. There's Duck bringing Farmer Brown's note to the cows. Let's see how the cows react to this. It looks like there's a horse and a pig in the barn too. So the cows, after seeing Farmer Brown's note, they held an emergency meeting. All the animals gathered around the barn to snoop, but none of them could understand moo. So we know cows, the language they speak, it's called moo. The other animals, they don't speak that language. And all night long, Farmer Brown waited for an answer. And Duck knocked on the door early the next morning, and he handed Farmer Brown a note. Let's see what the cows came up with, how they're going to respond to Farmer Brown's demand. Dear Farmer Brown, we will exchange our typewriter for electric blankets. Leave them outside the barn door, and we will send Duck over with the typewriter. Sincerely, the cows. So what they're doing right here, this is called negotiation. Negotiation is when two sides try and settle their dispute. And the cows are saying, hey, you can have our typewriters. We just want the blankets. We will exchange those, and Duck will be our go-between person. Farmer Brown decided this was a good deal. He left the blankets. Okay, so here are the blankets right here, and it looks like the chickens are already covered in them. And next to the door, and waited for Duck to come with the typewriter. The cows and chickens, they all look pretty warm now that they got their blankets. So Farmer Brown, he got his typewriter, they did the negotiation. But the next morning, he got a note. Dear Farmer Brown, the pond is quite boring. We'd like a diving board. Sincerely, the ducks. Click, clack, quack. Click, clack, quack. Clickety, clack, quack. And there are the ducks typing away their demand. And our story ends. It looks like the ducks got their diving board. So even though the ducks weren't originally involved in the dispute, they were the neutral party, which I said means they didn't take a side between Farmer Brown and the cows. But they saw that by writing these notes and not giving Farmer Brown any milk or eggs, that the cows and chickens got their electric blankets. So the ducks said, hey, wait a minute. Maybe we can start making demands on Farmer Brown too, just like the cows and the ducks did. And it looks like it got them a fun little diving board in their pond. So what we learned from this story is that when you come together with your friends, and they might even be very different from you, they might not speak the same language as you, especially if you're a chicken, you don't speak moo, but when you all come together, you can make improvements in your life, and you can win the things you want. And we saw that with Farmer Brown. He had to listen to the animals on his farm, even though he originally didn't want to. So I want to thank you so much for listening to my story. My name again is Mr. Karl, and I'll see you again with another story real soon. Be safe, be well, and be happy. Bye bye.